I remember the first night you spent in my arms. How those moist gazettes from your nostrils grazed the hair on my chest. Your every touch was 1,500 joules. I became a nervous wreck from the jitters caused by their shock. The fragrance from your cologne cannot be explained with words. Perfumes of scent sent to censor its description. And when I finally felt those slippery curves that formed your frame, I knew that I had never seen a picture this perfectly framed. It should be hung on a wall for anyone who cares to see and understand that truly a picture is worth 1,000 words. I'm not deaf, I've just become temporarily paralyzed in my hearing. The looping pitch of my heart's scream have become the only frequency my ears now picked since I tasted those berry-shaped lips. I've never been this drenched in sweat from tossing and turning. We were two full-grown alligators clenched tightly in water. See, nothing has ever made this so much 5 senses. But this was my first experience with you. Have you ever had a dream that kept on dreaming? One that you woke up from and your reality seemed like the dream. And you spent days daydreaming only to be snapped out. And just then did you realize that it was only a dream. See, I woke up that morning a different man. I knew exactly what I wanted in a woman. I knew the exact same image to make her. If I was given a lump of clay with a little bit of creativity that could breathe life, I would make her like I had seen her. And she would be mine, as perfect as I saw her. You see, her, I couldn't make. But he who promised the giving of his son, a debt owed, lion of the house. And you know a Lannister always pays his debts. So a son was timely sent. He who was born a different man. He didn't just stumble on this dream. He knew exactly what he wanted. He didn't just stumble on this dream. He knew exactly what he wanted in a woman. So he made her like he wanted her to be. Born a different man, Jesus. He was born a different man. He knew exactly what he wanted in a woman. He didn't just stumble on that dream. No, this was his picture worth 1,000 words. See, so many have spoken for over 400 years to bring his sketch from the beginning till it is finished, making his image priceless, the woman of his dream, his wifey, picture perfect. Hung on a cross, he spilled out all of his life to engage her in death. Curtain lasted 3 days in hell, and all hell was let loose when he rose, having made a bride from miry clay. See, at the occasion, angels rang the wedding bells, and as he walked her into heavenly places, and the Father was in attendance, you will know by the beautiful spirit he lavished on her. Now they have become one spirit, man and wife, glued together with the strongest bond and eternal connection. What do you think the Father sees when he looks into the Son's Wi-Fi? You are in the Son, and he is in the Father. So to him you have become a son, and he calls you same. So don't go comparing him to your earthly father. See, he's farther from your father than the definition of father is far from father. But the Father went all the distance for you. See, I've dreamt of this same woman for many years. And if I had the Creator's power, I would make her. And she'd be mine. I would make her and she'd be mine. And I'm never letting her go. Know why? Because he's never letting me go. I'm a bride in training, so I don't mind training she who, for me, would one day have a bridal train. You know, at times I think maybe we should have this wedding, only us on a train to limit attendance. See, I get lost when I travel on this train of thoughts. I would learn to love her like he loves me. She would never taste a doubt of love from the hands of fear, no. I would feed her good fruits, I would be tender. She would never join the crowd to talk down on men, no. She would know love, and these are my commitments, not hers. And just before I'm time done, but I want you to please watch what you eat. See, just because there is a queue behind the stock doesn't mean it's organic. You can learn to think for yourself, be different. I don't recall seeing any black man die in the Titanic. See, if this issue was a child, I will muster the courage to publicly, unapologetically overflog it so that it is planted in your hearts, mustard, the way I want it to grow. That years from now, when you are old, you won't depart from this simple truth, that God in Christ made you the way he wants you when he saved you. And not even you can smell the image he painted. Not even you can smell the image he painted. Arms stretched in death once for the life of you. And even though he hadn't seen no curves or edges, he still wanted all of you. See, I know this sounds simple, but when I start, I tend to overdo it. There was darkness, but the last time there was light here. God made a mountain out of what was light here. He said it will be by the foolishness of preaching. So I believe and I preach saying, see, I wish Dietrich could get this, fully understand this, and put on this new man once and for all, and realize that he actually meant it when he said, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believes can finally put off these dirty rags that Dietrich had on. So stop defaming his name. Stop acting as if the Almighty Creator couldn't make a wife for himself, the one he would never divorce. You are like that thief on a cross. If you were the Messiah, save yourself and save us. See, you've been freely gifted, but you keep trampling on the flakes of his name. Please, you trample on the flakes of his grace. I beg you, stop, serial killer. Why don't you accept and trust fully on his name? As long as I be sane, I live to proclaim. The first night you spent in his arms, when he washed you. When your nose breathed the grace on his chest, the smell of old things made new. As he dangled on the cross, he wasn't deaf, he heard all, he hears all who call on his name. And that morning when he rose from the grave, he was with the woman of his dreams in his hands, and he resurrected, ascended to seal her forever with him. Don't freeze. You know what I'm saying is true. You know what I'm saying is true. Don't do as if you don't understand me. Don't do as if you don't understand me. I know the problem is you haven't been able to prove it with your eyes, but I tell you, if you can let go of all that makes sense to your five senses, you'd be able to get this, and this is where the real sense is. See, this is where the real sense is. That God in Christ, God was furious at sin. So he sent his son to fight for you. A battle that cost him his life. You have become a casualty of war. You are no longer your own. You are enslaved to life for all of eternity. See, God was furious at sin. So he sent his son. You became captured because you were the only thing on God's focus when God snapped. I said you became captured. I said you became captured. When God sent his son, he made you his image when Jesus died for you. That's how you became captured, for you were the only thing on God's focus when God snapped.
Thank you for watching our video. I hope you were blessed. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, tell us all you have to say, and share with your friends, and click this link to subscribe, of course, for more and more and more stuff.